It's my fucking turn. I'm not supposed to be doing this. My name is Mara. I'm the first persecutor to be on the channel. Although technically I'm a persecutor protector. I'm rehabilitating. But Kaya's been preparing to film an update video that everybody's been asking about. That meant that they wanted to put on makeup today. And that appears to be a positive trigger. So I try to make myself look a little bit more like myself. There's nothing I could do about my hair. Kaya's standing right over my shoulder. I'll be nice. Just let me... One of the questions that Kaya was going to answer is who's different in the system? I don't think that any of you know who I am. I know that Mara, that I was before, made a TikTok once, but I've fused since then. I fused in 2020, shocker. And, well, maybe it was after 2020. Well, both previous parts of me split off in 2020. We either fused in 2020 later on, or in 2021. I don't really care. And I don't think it matters. I kept the name Mara because I like it. I used to be Mara and Doll. I don't think Doll was ever introduced on the channel. How could we? We weren't here. The original Mara was a fictive of somebody else's original character. That was yikes. It was a character that was portrayed in somebody's TikToks that we watched a lot in 2020 to cope and to escape. And she came up on our feed over and over and over and over again. And she had an original character, and that original character was called Mara. And that original character was a sleep paralysis demon. And the creator represented her creatively in a way that portrayed it as a darker side of her taking over her, telling her that she would fail, or mocking her. Those sorts of things. The idea of having your body possessed. All very familiar feelings for DID. DID isn't possession. That's bullshit. No god put me here. Humans put me here. You think of yourselves as so insignificant that you would need a god, or a devil, or a hell to cause eternal torment. Like you're not doing it already. If you think you can't put demons in someone's mind, you're wrong. I'm living proof. But no, this character's source was a strong, powerful figure. Very polarizing. And in that time when we needed that, we absorbed it. And there was Doll, and Doll integrated, fused with Mara to make me. Mara, but different, and I kept my name. Kaya being so close to me makes me tired. I don't usually get to stay in the body long. I also usually have a lot more energy than this. But right now I feel like I'm being smothered in a warm blanket. I don't want to go yet. I didn't even say anything. baby. Hey. Hi. Can you come here? I'm dissociating. Thanks for coming up to see me. How did you know that from downstairs? Oh, you come here already, have you? Meow. Kitten. Hi, kitten. Thank you. Did you know something was going on? Yeah. Comfy girl. You go, gorgeous. Thank you. That helped. Thank you, pretty girl. You okay? Ooh, wow. Okay. Hi, it's Kaya. Yeah, I'm still here, baby. Okay, well, wasn't expecting that to happen. Last thing I remember is putting on makeup, and it was not this makeup. So, I guess Mara is interested on being on the channel. The more you know. I guess I should explain fictives. Mara isn't a fictive anymore because she fused with another alter called Doll. I'm not sure how much or really anything of what she's said, or how much we were actually going to keep in if she has said stuff about this. But basically, Mara is the fusion result of two alters, one that was called Mara and one that was called Doll. And the Mara that came out of that fusion has kept the name Mara. So there's like Mara version 1 fused with Doll to make Mara version 2. Mara version 1 was an introject, so alters and systems can have introject alters that can be either factives or fictives, and that essentially is when a system who is experiencing something traumatic or very, very high stress that the brain is unable to cope with the resources that it already has or the alters that it already has, it may absorb, I guess, traits or identities of people external to the system. So the way I've described this before has been if a child, for example, has watched a lot of, let's say, superhero movies or superhero comics growing up, and they are being abused and they wish they had a superhero to come and save them. And if they had that superhero, their favourite superhero there, they would feel so much braver and so much more able to escape the situation. They just want something familiar, something they feel connected to. The brain may use that inspiration, that feeling of familiarity and comfort, safety, strength, whatever traits are needed to internalize that in an alter that fragments from the consciousness. Some Introjects are for caretaking purposes to help soothe the system. Some are protectors to take on difficult experiences and protect the body and the system. Some are persecutors and may mirror either how a system feels about itself or abuse that is occurring, or perhaps very negative internal self-thoughts. Persecutors can exist to further abuse that's already happening or trauma that's already happening. Introjects can be either fictives, like I mentioned, for example, a superhero, or a very common one is Harley Quinn, which doesn't surprise me because very, very strong female character who is repeatedly abused and gaslit by a maniac and is just very strong, very powerful, very capable, but also feels like she's crazy. So somebody who feels that way and who is experiencing severe abuse may internalize it. That results in the next fragmentation of the consciousness, using that comfort character as something that will bring comfort to the system. That's fictives, but factives are also introjects. Factives are when alters are formed from a real life source, like a real life person. This could be, for example, a best friend or a family figure. It could be a historical figure. It could be anything, anyone. We've heard of factives who are factives of people that the system found safe and reassuring, to be there internally to help them all the time. And sometimes there are introjects of abusers where an alter of the abuser is split into the system or fragments into the system, and continues the abuse or trauma from inside your own head. We covered this a little bit in our video on persecutors and our most recent video, the one I did on persecutors hurting littles or other alters hurting littles. But the thing that's important to note about fictives and factives is that all of them are different from their source material. So the source material is what it's based off of. So for example, the character or the real life person who's not the alter. Some fictives and factives may share certain similarities with their source, like just the way they look or just the personality or something like that, and that can change over time. Others are really nothing like their source material at all. They might just look like them and that's it. Or, you know, just have an idea of, oh, well, this is why I am the way I am. This is probably come from this material or that we used to watch as a kid, and, you know, that makes sense as to why I am the way I am. Doesn't necessarily make you a fictive type thing. And other people can be almost exact copies of their source. But almost always, I can't say always because I can't speak for everybody, I don't know everybody, I don't know every system's experience, but it can change over time, because as soon as that split happens, the alter is no longer living on the same trajectory path as the source material. Their experiences will shape them in a different way from the character. They may have a backstory from the source, they may not. We do have a video on fictives if you would like to see it. So for example, interesting actually, two of our alters that are demons. So Mara is a demon and Demon is a demon. Demon is integrated, fused twice, and one of the original parts was an introject of one of our abusers. And actually, if you followed us on TikTok, I have started to use TikTok to speak out about some trauma stuff, because it's helping me. It's helping me. And it's helping the system as well. But one of the things I mentioned was about 3 men, well, boys, coming uninvited to my home, and it ended with them taking their phone, taking my phone, and locking me in the boot, or if you're American, the trunk of their car. And yeah, one of those men, one of those boys, is one of the ones we had an introject of, and that particular boy harassed and abused us from... I'm okay, baby, I know. She's jumped up on the chair with me. I'm okay, thank you, sweetie. Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. But essentially he was an abuser actively in our life from the age of like 11 or 12 all the way through to past 18, and the abuse dropped off a bit like after leaving school. Sorry, this has been a really fucking dissociated stream of consciousness. Honestly, this video, like I've filmed today, accidentally, surprisingly, I think it's probably like midnight or something. Anyway, I don't even know where our phone is. I have to take this off our face, but it's kind of like what this is like for us. Alters will front. We don't necessarily know what they've been doing. We've got an idea of what they've been doing. There'll be a fight for the front to switch. Dissociation will happen. And then a lot of the time I'll reflect and try and figure out what happened, why it happened, who was involved, and their history. You know, why do we have these alters in our system? How did it help us? How does it help us now? Do these alters need help? How can I help? What is healthy for us? Will this particular alter be involved in therapy? Is there a chance that they're going to front again today? Can I leave a note for them today? Can I still feel them around the front? If I can, that's a good way to try and establish a line of communication, or at least get familiar with their energy. So if I feel that energy around at any other points when I feel switchy, I have an idea that, oh, it could be that alter that switched out this time. I don't have all the answers about DID or OSDD or even about my system. I know a lot, and I'm lucky to. But I'm by no means an expert, and we are still figuring this out ourselves, and probably will be for the rest of our life, and I expect to be in therapy for the rest of our life. And I don't know, if our journey through it can help some people, then I'm really flipping glad. Like, that's great. But also, like, if we can spread awareness about it, then that's great too. But this is an insight into stuff. I'm honestly quite surprised Samara even was interested in filming a video. I don't know if she just wanted to freak me out. I don't know what she said, except beyond vaguely. It's very unnerving to look. I'm sorry, I keep looking at myself in the viewfinder because this makeup is unnerving me. I do actually have a drawing of Mara, which I can put up, that we did recently. And if you don't know how we've been sitting, I've been sitting like this the whole time with my knees drawn up to my chest. I'm sitting on a box. I don't really know what else to say. There's been like 30 minutes of footage. I don't know if anything is even usable. But ending note, fuck that guy in particular. And Mara's doing a lot better. She's more just chaotic now, instead of, like, she's destructive in a chaotic way rather than in a super duper damaging way or life-threatening way or anything. So if this was either to actually try and reach out or just as a way that she knew she could get my attention, then I am happy and proud of you, Mara, for making that step in the least condescending way possible. And you're probably going to watch this if it ever goes up on the channel, because you made it. So if you do, the Antar app on our phone, it's one of the first apps, well, probably the first app on the home screen of the phone, is where we've all been communicating in like a text chat, please join in. You can say whatever you want. Demon uses it sometimes as well. Dark uses it. Actually, has Demon used it? Maybe it's just Dark that used it. I don't know if Demon's used it. Dark has used it. And you can talk to us there if you want to. And yeah, thank you for filming. And your makeup is cool. Looks very cool. Intense? Sure, but cool. Okay, everybody. That's probably like the rawest insight you're gonna get for a while, so enjoy it. Oh, sorry, my back is hurting. Yeah. Right. I'll see you guys later. Hope that you're all having a good day or evening. I'm sorry, it's really freaking me out. Alright, see you later. Oh, and I was smelling this candle to ground. It's on the floor nearby us if we ever need it. It's tropical fruit smell. Good idea for a grounding box, which is another video. I was going to make a video on grounding box. I've just been talking and talking and talking. Anyway, bye guys. Lots of love, everybody. Bye.